one. I don't make predictions. I've never made predictions. Well, you know, some things that were definitely cast in stone, I would. But I generally throw ideas out there. Ideas that you can, that sometimes fly, well, more often than not, that they actually come to pass. And others that are just sort of like, you know, pipe dreams, speculations, blowing smoke, this kind of thing. And I make no apology for the fact that I have a speculative outlook on things, because it's just, as far as I'm concerned, what the mainstream media might call, you know, conspiracy theory. To me, it's just a kind of philosophy. It's a kind of like a historical future, what if kind of thing. If it comes to pass, it comes to pass. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's casting the net out to see what you can pull in, because you can also be prepared for things when they happen by having all possible outcomes considered. This video will probably get pulled today, but I'm going to go full in on it. Again, I'm not saying this is fated to happen. I'm not making a prediction. It's a curious observation leading to an even more curious line of speculation. Some funny business has been happening lately. And I'm not just talking in terms of the whole global situation alone as the present thing is happening and the end of the Rona and all that. I'm not just talking about that. There's some peculiarities that have surfaced within the matrix that have caused me to take notice. Now, one of these things is, after 21 years, I have a Substack recent article about it. I'll post it in the links below. But after 21 years, the most exceptionally clear footage I've ever seen of the 9/11 attacks in Lower Manhattan have been released, just out of the blue, showing the second plane clearly caught on camera, plowing into, I think it was the South Tower it crashed into. As clear as day. And there's another thing about it too. It doesn't look like an American Airlines plane. It looks like a tanker. It doesn't have any discernible markings on it. It's purely just a bare metal husk. And, you know, again, I don't know all the machinations of what went on that day. I don't trust many of the conspiracies, but I agree with everyone who says it was a very strange event. But why is that released now? And why is that? Now, I know there's lots of footage that's probably been kept over the years because it is a criminal investigation. But why was that released now? And I think the guy's name is Kevin, who released it. And the clarity of it is remarkable. It's all the fuzzy shots we've been seeing on TV for years. And then we see this very good quality video. And there's another thing. You don't always talk about like the Matrix was demolished on 9/11. When you see videos, and I know cameras have different like RGB scales and all this, and so do photographs. But if you even look at photographs, even taken on similar mediums like print, like photographic film, before and after 9/11, the tonal quality of the world before 9/11 was very different than the tonal quality of the world that came after it. It was like colors were softer, reality was softer. There was a harshness that came in after 9/11 that's here with us now. And one of the reasons it's remarkable to watch that video is you realize, my God, what a very, very different place the world was on, back on September 10th, 2001, before the matrix was ripped asunder. I don't understand why, on the cusp of what's happening in Central and Eastern Central Europe, why that is released now. It's almost like It's almost like, on the extreme end of things, some kind of Mandela effect to inform us that we are connecting right back with, the matrix is kind of healing itself to what it was before it, or they're fucking with our heads. I don't know. I don't know. But my God, it is remarkable. Now, on top of that, out of the blue, we have this funny business in Ukraine. And it's the Russian troops moving in. And suddenly, you're all being told to see, Putin, as the biggest enemy on the face of the earth. And I've even seen people like compare, lots of memes comparing him to Hitler and everything like that. Now, here's where it gets speculative, okay? Sit yourself, relax in front of the monitor, get yourself relaxed, and get ready for this one. Uncle Thomas is going to deliver you a fucking woozy and a half, okay? We are told that there are battles going on the Chernobyl site. And as a result, I don't know if it's true or not, I'm just saying, there's so much fake footage coming out. We're being told there's battles going on. We're just going what the media is telling us, using rockets and bombs and tanks on the Chernobyl region, okay, around the reactor. And we're being told that as a result, the microparticulates of plutonium and strontium are being whipped up into the atmosphere as dust by the shelling and the so on, the explosions, right? Now, what are we told is the primary thing that happens to someone when they get radiation sickness? Their immune system fails, their T cells die, and they get melanomas first and then regular cancers, and they die. AIDS. What are we learning more and more about the immunosuppressants of the foghorn leghorn from the pandemic, the third jab? That the people who got the third jab, we're seeing, and they're actually coming in quite confirmed now. At first they were highly speculative. That, not saying that everyone who got the third one is all going to get AIDS, but it looks like it's a problem. It's a problem. What is the best way of not blaming an explosion in AIDS on the third jab, foghorn leghorn? Putin's radioactive dust. Can you see where I'm going with this? Can you see now? The theatrics of the thing is so bizarre that the normies are filling the social media with images from movies that have not even anything to do with that conflict, and saying, oh, look at the poor people. It turns out that the president of that country in Central Europe that's being under attack by Bhutan basically became president through a reality game TV show. Essentially. But he played a reality TV show president of Ukraine and became the president. The circus never ends. We're seeing videos of nightclubs and raves happening like it's not in Ukraine, in Kiev, like it's not an issue. And then we had that man John yesterday. I am going to put that video back up. The problem was he wanted his face removed, quite rightly, and I have to respect that. But saying yes, it's real and people are panicked, but it's so you don't even know. In another time, people would have said, I took the foghorn leghorn and I got my immune system collapsed and I lost my T cells. It's the fault of the foghorn leghorn. And they turn around now. They can't say that because it's Putin's plutonium and strontium dust falling on Europe from the battle. You mark my words. In the next few weeks, you're going to see, this is one I will predict. In the next few weeks and months ahead, you're going to hear stories about the plutonium dust at Chernobyl has been kicked up and is now causing immunosuppressant complications with people in Europe and around the world. You can take that one to the bank. That's one I will predict that they will do. And what will that be? It'll be a cover story. And why will it be a cover story? Because there's no such thing as independent journalism anymore. During the Rona, independent news TV people were given salary gravy to actually report on the government verbatim. They were actually being paid extra money. And that's to brainwash and terrorize the population. Now today, to show the effectiveness of that, today we have the dropping of the mask mandate here in Ireland. So you don't have to wear a mask if you don't want to. I would say the majority of males under 30 are all wearing masks still outdoors. I say about 50% of them under 40, and there's still those driving around with the masks on their face inside their cars alone. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a population who simply can't think because they've no self-reference. Especially the younger ones, the ones say under 30, they've grown up in a world where you're given a medal for taking part and not just for winning. And when you're given a medal for just taking part and not winning, you achieve nothing in life. You don't learn how to actually accept pain and suffering. So for instance, if you want to be good at sport and you're crap at that, well, you have to give up on that and become something else. And that's life's lesson. But if everyone gets a medal for taking part, all you have is an equilibrium of mediocrity. And all I'm seeing today in this country is mediocrity. Now, these people can't think. They can't. You can show them all the Klaus Schwab stuff and they won't believe it, even though it's the own words, the madness of it. Because there's a meme that was going around, said something like, so it's, after 2 years we find out that the scamdemic was a lot of bullshit. And the person goes, yeah, you were right, but how did you know? It's only been announced on TV now. That's literally what they're like. So I hope it's not true. I hope that people don't get Elsida from the needlecraft. I really hope that doesn't happen. But if they do, they now have the perfect mechanism to blame it upon. Putin's strontium and plutonium dust. They think of everything. They're unbelievably devious. And a part of me thinks that re-released video of the 9/11 thing is a flag, a message sent out there saying, we're doing it again. Take care. Bye.